Hello everyone, how's everyone doing? Everyone's having a nice Saturday night. We're going to be reviewing the week of Monday, November 10th. This week we only had one trade, which took place on, I think it was Friday actually. I'm pretty sure it was Thursday, November 14th. Oh, goodness, so it was on Friday. Well, we took one trade on Friday. Could have sworn that it was on Thursday, but I think it will be helpful to go into actually the weekly review, not the day reviews. So, you see that we had on Monday a long inducement that went into this order block. You see how the bodies respect the top of the order block, and then from there we accumulated for a while, created the high of the week during the day post holiday. So this was a holiday and this was post holiday, and this was Thursday, which brought us lower, and this was drawing towards previous week low. And then from there we had a thank God it's Friday retracement back to equilibrium range from here to there. So that was it for the actual movement of the week. But I'm pretty sure that my trade was on Thursday and not Friday. I am pretty sure it was on Thursday. Yeah, it was on Thursday. Okay, so it was on Thursday, and was let's say negative. Okay, so here we are. This was the trade. As you can see, we ran previous day low, and we touched within this gap. You see these parameters here. And once we took previous day low and we started to trade beneath it, we saw that we had a model too long, and then from there we started to trade higher. Now, the fractal liquidity point that I had outlined prior to when this happened was the previous day low. What happened was pre-market actually went and took previous day low. So um, that would be technically the first stage manipulation, but just because it's before 9:30, I didn't count it as the first stage, and I waited for a model 2. Counting that as the first stage would give me a more premium entry, but I don't think that's worth. A more discounted entry, but I don't think that's worth breaking my rules. But thankfully we provided the model too long, and there entered the inversion of this, and I partialed out once we hit the high of this gap. And I was talking about this gap with a friend, and I was mentioning how that when higher time frame gaps, lower time frame would be, we'd see levels be used as support and resistance kind of. So you see that once we begin to want to inverse the gap, we use the high of the gap as resistance to bring us lower. And that's where we were brought lower, and we were stopped at break even after we partialed out 50% of our position at the high of the daily BC. So that was it for the trade. And it was not part of the actual move of the day because if you look at this image, you see that the entire day's move was lower. So our trade was within here. See, we had a kind of we touched the low of the gap, and then we traced back to the high, and we used that point as resistance to bring it slower. And then from there, we knew the draw was going to previous week low, which we did take on Friday, and I was looking to long off the previous week low, but we didn't get provided with the model, so that was it for this week. So very short video this week, one trade, with the bill that the government's going to reopen this week or forward. Looking forward to trading because these past couple of weeks have been very rough with the lack of news. We've been just really moving lower and lower and lower. It could possibly be an inducement for shorts. Then, as the government begins to reopen and we get to see more high impact news, that buildup of liquidity might be taken out with a sudden rush higher. Because we are at a very discounted point in price. But yeah, that's it for this week, and I'll see you all next week.